beyond the skies. You and I, we're breaking bounds on Baobab.
Hello, everyone. I trust you're having an amazing day. I'd like to thank everyone who's made time to be with us here today. Today is an amazing day for us here at Baobab. This is the final webinar for Phase 4 on remote work. And I am Melvin Moon. I'm from Kenya. I'm your host. I've been your host for the past workshops on remote work. I'm happy to have all of you join. And today, being the last session, we have a wonderful event planned for you. Today is the day where we announce who has won who the winner of the Remote Opportunities Challenge is. So before I continue, I'd also like to inform you that we have live French interpretation. So if you're comfortable in French, you understand and hear things clearly in French, you can move over to French live interpretation. Use the globe icon at the bottom of your screen, click on that, select French. For our French speakers, you can move over to the French live interpretation. So as I was saying, we have an amazing session for you. We will be announcing we'll be announcing the winner of the Remote Opportunities Challenge. And we have a special guest who will join us to announce who the winner is. So remember, the winner of the Remote Opportunities Challenge gets 4 mentorship sessions with me on how to succeed as a remote worker. And this is we've done 2 mentorship sessions on remote work so far. And we hope the winners will be here today so that they can share their experience with you guys. So once I am aware that they've joined, I'll give them an opportunity to share their experience about the mentorship session, so that to motivate you to be active in the quizzes and the challenges that we have, so that you can increase your chances of being selected as a winner. So thank you for all who've joined. Use the chat if you need to communicate anything, and the team will let me know what is urgent and I need to address. So before I continue with today's session, I just want to appreciate the team at Baobab, my colleagues who have really been helpful in designing and creating this session and the previous one. Specifically, this session was a joint effort between myself and Hermione, because I'll be teaching you on how to master the art of online tutoring, become an English tutor, and also how to become a French tutor. And I had to collaborate with Hermione, and he shared exactly very useful information that I have used to develop the content for today. So Hermione, thank you so much, and may God bless you. I also want to inform you that I'll be sharing a comprehensive guide on how you can become an online tutor. So today's session will not be that long. There's so much to cover. We have so many things to cover, people to invite to speak. So I'll have to condense it a little bit, but I've still created a guide that I will be sharing at the end of this session. So you want to stay till the end so that you can receive what I'm sharing with you. I and my colleagues, we've taken so much effort to create this content, and we want you to have it. We want this content to help you. I hope you're not just here to make the numbers. You're here to learn something that will really help you in your life. So let me see if we have a past winner so that I can invite them to speak. Okay, yeah, thank you so much. So the winner for Remote Opportunities Phase 1, the winner was Rolis Kosou. we had an amazing session with Rolis. I believe we had an amazing session. So Rolis will come here and give his version. So Rolis, if you're here with us, I'd like to welcome you to speak briefly about the mentorship sessions that we had with you and how they've helped you in your career so far. So Rolis, welcome, and you can unmute and speak. I don't think Rolis is ready, but
Hello.
Rolis, can you? Yeah, he's here. He's here. He's here. Rolis, how are you doing
Hello.
today?
I'm doing good. Like I couldn't see the mic button on my phone, but I think the host unlocked it for me. So
Yeah, so sorry about that. I believe now you can really share. You can share your experience. So, Rolis, how did you find the mentorship sessions? Have they truly helped you in your work?
yeah, it was great. Me and Melvin during first session, we talked about how I could I could work remotely at my actual position, at my actual job, and at that time we did cover a lot of topics, including how to be efficient when working remotely, how to even ask to the hierarchy, how to introduce uh, a working from home request, how to formulate that request. And at the time, Melvin and I were doing this session, he did help me write a how to say a letter for my direction board about working remotely. And since I've been doing 3 days remote work every week. And what I can say is that it was really great because remember that Melvin really personalized the experience for me. And I felt that everything he shared with me was ready made for myself at that time. And I hope the winner of this time, of this remote challenge, will benefit from his advice because he gave me a lot of advice and I still use today, and it helped me increase my productivity when working from home. So thank you, Melvin, and I hope the one who will to work with you will enjoy and learn a lot from you. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Rolis. That is so great. I'm glad you enjoyed our sessions. So as Rolis said, I personalized that session to his needs. This mentorship, I'm really struggling with mentorship and mentorship. So please bear with me. When you hear me say mentorship, just know that it's mentorship, I mean to say. So it's a personalized experience to help you excel and succeed as a remote worker. Remember, remote work has different facets, and I have been working as a remote worker for some time now. I have knowledge to share, and I'll be sharing it with whoever wins phase 3 as well, as Rolisa said. So phase 2, we also had an amazing time with the winner for phase 2, Oluwakemi. Oluwakemi, I believe you are here with us. So I'd like to give you the opportunity to give your experience and share how you felt that mentorship session was. So Oluwakemi Aziz, if you're here and you can hear me, you can unmute and you can share your experience with everyone who's here with us. I hope you can all see my screen. So we are going to learn how to become online tutors. The session is on mastering the art of online tutoring. Specifically, we are focusing on how you can become an online French or English tutor. And before I continue, I'd like to share with you a wisdom key. The purpose from this webinar onwards, I'll be sharing a word of wisdom that's connected to the session that you are learning. Why do I believe it's important for me to share this content with you at this stage? So that I can prepare your spirits to receive. So that I can prepare you to receive, because I really don't want you to leave these sessions if you've not gained something that can help you. The fact that you're here, these sessions should truly benefit you. So what I want you to understand and get today is I want you to contend for a superior belief system. I want you to contend for a superior belief system, because what you think, you become. What you think, not you become, you can become. You can never rise above your mindset. So I want you to have a superior belief system that whatever I put my efforts and I concentrate on, I can truly achieve it. You need to believe we are learning how to become online tutors. I want you to believe that you can become the best language tutor. If you're teaching English, if you're teaching French, I want you to believe that you can truly become the best language tutor. Why is this important for you to believe? Because the starting point of greatness is belief. Ask any truly great person how their journey started, and they tell you it started with a great belief in an idea or a vision. So we are learning how to become online tutors. I want you to believe that you can be hired by kings, by queens, by prime ministers to teach English or French to their children, to their associates, to their close staff. It's already happening. The kings and queens in the world have hired people to teach languages to their kids because they understand that we are in a global landscape right now. And for you to engage effectively, you need to be able to speak in certain languages, not necessarily where the language that you are born as your first language. So if you are going to take this route as an online tutor, I want to believe that you can become the greatest online tutor in that line, if it's French or it's in English, because it's only when you become the best that you can be hired by kings, by queens, by presidents. Why am I insisting that you target these people that I've listed here? Because the rewards are greater at that level. The reward that a king can give you when you do something for him is greater than the reward that you can be given elsewhere. So content to have such people seek your services, kings, queens, prime ministers. With this belief system, the belief that you can be the best, it now implores you to work backwards. So what do I need to do to become great? What do I need to do to become the best in my field? Then it takes you back to things like learning, acquiring knowledge, getting mentorship, such things, developing your skill so that it can be able, you can serve it effectively at that highest level. So our wisdom key for this session is for you to contend for superior belief system, because what you believe of yourself, you can become. The word is can, you can become. It's not you will become, you can become. Can means ability to. It means there's something for you to do to achieve whatever you want to achieve. So once you have that belief system, you will work backwards and acquire the knowledge, acquire the skills, acquire the relevant mentorship that you need to become the best in your field. So that is the wisdom for this session. Let me see if, yeah, Oluwakemi is now ready to go. So Oluwakemi, let me just stop sharing for a moment. Oluwakemi, I'd invite you to unmute and share your experience with us. Welcome. You can unmute. I don't think Oluwakemi is ready. Probably I'll give her time to sort her connection issues and we'll continue with our session. So let me share my screen and continue. So just as a reminder, our wisdom key is you need to, I'm asking you to contend for a superior belief system, believe that you can become the best in your field, whatever you put your mind to, so that you can develop your skill to the level where you can be hired by kings, queens, and presidents. So what we'll cover today, we'll learn about who an online tutor is, what an online tutor does, I'll also share with you the skills you need to become an online tutor, and I will also be sharing steps you can take to become an online tutor. I have searched the internet and I have developed a seven-step guide that you can use to become an online tutor. I guarantee you that if you follow what I'm teaching here today, you will become an online tutor. So pay attention and listen effectively so that you can gain the knowledge to build your career as an online tutor. I'll also show you how to create a profile on online teaching platforms so that you can secure the opportunities that you desire in this field. So before we continue, I have a small exercise for you. So which languages do you believe are the most spoken in the world? Which languages, the top 5 that you believe are spoken mostly in the world? I use the chat and share your answers, and I'll be on the lookout to see what you are sharing. So let me see if there's anything in the chat. So Marius is saying English. Marius, which position is English? Is it in position 1, position 2, position 3? Ishimo is saying English, Chinese, and French. Yeah, that's a good answers. Grace, English, Chinese, and French. I can see Irene is saying English, French, Spanish, and Chinese. Those are great answers. Yes, number 1 is English, Ishimwe, yeah. Thank you. Isaac is saying English, French, and Chinese. Sarau is saying English and Arabic. Margaret is saying English and French. Those are great answers. So I did the research, and here is what I found out. So the 5 most spoken languages in the world are: first is English, second is Mandarin or Chinese, third is Hindi or Hindu, fourth is Spanish, and fifth is French. These are the 5 most spoken languages in the world. The numbers are, here is why I shared this small quiz with you. We have 1.42 billion speakers of English right now in the world in 2024. But out of this, only 379.2 million have English as their first language. This means that we have like 1 billion people who have had to learn English in one way or another, either through school or through other channels like the ones we are examining today. Mandarin, we have 1.1 billion speakers. Out of this, only 900 million have Mandarin as their first language. Hindi, 602 million people speak Hindi, but only 343 million people have this language as their first language, have Hindi as their first language. In Spain, we have 548 million people who speak it. 474 have Spanish as their first language. In French, 310 million people speak French, but only around 80 million have it as their first language. I want you to notice the gaps. There are those who are born speaking French. Only 80 million people were born speaking French, but more than 300 million people speak it right now. That deficit, it means these people have had to make some effort to learn this language. Same with Mandarin, Hindi, and Spanish. So these numbers show that learning a language is something that people are really interested in. People are looking to learn languages. People are not born speaking, you are not born speaking particular languages, but as you grow, you realize that you need this language. You need these languages to communicate effectively, to engage effectively with other people across the world. We live in a global village, and communication is how people connect. So people have had to learn languages. There is space for learning languages. And if you are truly looking to build a career as an online worker, being an online language tutor is one thing that you can take up. So you can see there's space, there's an opportunity for you to become a tutor. And this session, I will show you how you can become one. So let me just briefly look at the chat to see if Olokemi has, I don't think she's ready, so let's just continue. So What makes online tutoring a rewarding remote career? We've already established that there's demand for language courses because people are looking to acquire languages that they don't speak, that they were not born speaking. So there's demand for certain languages. Specifically, we are looking at French and English. These are languages for international businesses. These are languages for international communication. These are languages that are spoken in international conferences. If you truly want to participate effectively in international business, international conference, learning, you need to be able to speak these languages and understand them clearly. So people who are not native speakers in the language that you're teaching will pay you so that you can teach them how to communicate effectively in a certain language. Okay, so there's demand for English and French language courses because it's what people speak when doing business internationally. Right now, China is the global hub of manufacturing. Chinese, they're not raised, they don't speak English, they don't learn in English. So for them to speak effectively with buyers internationally who are looking for products from China, they need to be able to speak English, even if it's at a basic level. So there's the market for tutors, language tutors. And when you position yourself effectively as a competent tutor, you can make a great career and you can earn great money for yourself. Also, online tutoring is a rewarding career because it's cost effective. Compared to physical classes, online tutoring is cheap. You can do it at your own time and you only pay a small fee. You pay an hourly rate. The students pay an hourly rate. It's cheaper than registering for a physical class. The costs are high. So people are looking at online platforms to find tutors who can teach them how to speak a certain language clearly. We've also talked about convenience. You are in your home, you have a computer, you are connected to the internet, you can find an online tutor and learn. So the convenience that online learning provides for the students make online tutoring an effective and rewarding remote career. So now that we understand what makes online tutoring a rewarding career, who is an online tutor? Let's try and understand who an online tutor is. So this is a professional who teaches a course. An online tutor is a professional who teaches a course to students in a virtual classroom. Just a normal teacher, and just like teachers take time to build up their capacities to teach, an online tutor should also take time build their capacities to teach a language effectively. And this is what I will be teaching you today, how to qualify to become an online tutor. So students can learn one-on-one. Most of the time it's one-on-one, but you can also organize small teaching sessions for your students. Probably you have members from the same family. You can create a virtual conference and teach them in a small group. So it means if you are providing such kind of lessons, you are customizing it to the learners as an online tutor. And that is something we'll cover later on in the course. So since our focus is on offering your services as an online English tutor or an online French tutor, let's understand what these professionals do. They teach English or French as a foreign language to non-native speakers. Online language tutors teach English or French or any other language in that matter to non-native speakers. We've already understood that there's demand for these international languages that are used in international businesses, international conferences. So this is what an online tutor, an online language tutor does. They teach non-native speakers how to effectively communicate in the language they're teaching. I can see Oluwakemi has raised her hand. Let me just hope she's now ready. Oluwakemi, if you can hear me, I'd like to give you this opportunity to speak and share your experience about our sessions. Yes,
Please, can you
Oluwakemi.
hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, Oluwakemi. Go ahead.
Hello everyone. I'm sorry for the delay. Yes, for me, when I wanted to start the mentorship sections, I wasn't even sure about what I really wanted to learn. So I think Melvin was very relatable. He gave me different options, and we concluded on SEO. So I think, and it was a really, really nice opportunity for me. I was able to learn a lot of things. So, though I wasn't really sure about the whole process, but one thing I knew was the sections were a bit too short for me. So it was just an ad, and it was just 4 section. And really, for an apprentice that I think 4 section was just too small for me to graduate. So I was forced to accept it like that. But those 4 sections were really worth it. And at least it opened my eyes to other opportunities that I could have done. So I think it was a very nice experience. And I just think you should work on the sections. Honestly, 4 section is just too short. But the next winner, try to increase the sections for them, especially for someone like me that number one, procrastination. I was in if Melvin was so nice that he would even send a reminder, because most times I would just like, okay, I have an assignment today. I'll do it next week. I will do it next week. But with his reminder, I was always like, there's someone I have to like I have to answer to. So that would force me to go through the old things, and it was very, very relatable, honestly. And I think it's really nice for anybody who wins this section to really know the experience. I've not been able to monetize it yet, but at least I know what it is all about, and I think I'm really going through different trainings, which all started with him. So I think I'm going to have to stop here so that I won't disturb the whole section. Thank you, Melvin. It was really nice. Even though you refused to share your contact, I'm going to say that again. So that's it for me. I think I'm okay right now. I have to really go. I just tried to really sneak out of where I was to do this. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Oluwakemi, for that. I did not refuse to share my content. I just didn't have WhatsApp at that time. My phone had got damaged, so there was no way I would have connected with you on WhatsApp. But I have fixed my phone now, and I will share my WhatsApp number with you so that you can reach out to me. So yeah, Oluwakemi, thank you so much for your feedback. And yeah, the sessions, we had 4 sessions, but you can still reach out to me in case you need anything. I'm always reachable, I'm always available, and we can continue learning SEO or any other issue in the area of remote work. So I hope you've now heard from Oluwakemi and from Rolly. So the mentorship sessions are customized. They are personalized to you so that you can really gain as much as you can within this sector. Remote work is amazing. But before I even continue, I need to share this. While remote work opens up so many opportunities for you, it also brings about competition, so much competition. Remember, if you are looking for jobs in your own country, you only have to deal with people from your own country. But in the remote setting, you are truly competing with people from all over the world. So for you to compete effectively, you really need to be good at what you're doing. That's why I've told you, you need to contend for a superior belief system, believe that you can be great, and do everything in your power to truly, truly become competitive in that field. Right now, in my case, there's nothing I don't know about SEO content writing. If SEO content writers stand up and give their feedback and their opinions and their results, I can stand shoulder to shoulder next to them and I can give my results and they'll speak for me. So you need to really develop your skill, pursue excellence, and never stop until you serve kings, queens, and presidents. I'll keep saying this. You need to serve kings. You need to serve kings, presidents, and queens, because the rewards at that level, they are amazing. They are great. Those are the rewards that you need to contend for. Okay, so let's continue with our session. So we've learned who an online tutor is. You teach a language, to non-native speakers. Okay, so what does an online tutor do? First is they design lesson plans. Designing lesson plans is one of the key things you'll do as an online tutor. Designing a lesson plan is basically what I do with these sessions. So first of all, I come up with a topic, or with the team, we come up with topics. Then I have to now sit and design a lesson plan. What will I teach? What content will I share? What will I be instructing and guiding you to do? So designing a lesson plan is the first thing you'll do as an online tutor. The next thing is you'll be instructing students how to communicate effectively in a particular language. Remember, these are non-native speakers. These are people who are very limited. In most cases, they have limited exposure to the language that you are teaching. So you need to teach them how to communicate effectively, how to pronounce certain words. So you need to imagine you are teaching young people and adopt that mindset so that you can teach effectively. An online tutor also explains language concepts, because language like English, there is certain things that the verbs, how they agree with nouns, the noun-verb agreement, certain things, concepts, where to use an adverb, how to use it effectively, how to do certain things like that's to ensure that they can communicate effectively. So you'll also be explaining concepts. Another thing is you'll administer assessments periodically to gauge the performance and to get the performance of your students. And from these assessments, you can know how to proceed and how to make your lessons effective for your students. So now let's go over the skills that you need. It's very important for you to know the skills that you'll need as an online tutor, so that if you don't have these skills, you can make time to develop them. One of them is communication skills. You are teaching a language. You are teaching a language to people who have very limited exposure to it. So you need to be able to communicate to them effectively, clearly. And beyond communicating, you should be able to observe, to have observation skills, so that you can learn from the body language if they are truly understanding what you're teaching. Sometimes you could be explaining something, but they're not understanding it. So by observing their body language, you can tell they've not understood. Let me go back again. So you need to be observant. You're not just there to teach. You're not just there to pass time. You're only effective if the students learn something that can help them. That's how you measure your effectiveness as a teacher. You've taught them how to speak. You've taught them how to write in English. Are they able to do that? So if you've not reached to that level, you've not really done well as an online tutor. So observe language, the body language, and use that to understand if they're truly understanding what you're saying or not. You also need interpersonal skills. You'll be relating with these people, with these students on a one-on-one basis. So you should be able to interact with them effectively to make them feel safe, so that if they have not understood what you've taught, they can get back to you and say, can you please repeat this session or repeat this point? I did not catch it. They need to feel safe to reach out to you, so that they can grow, so that they can learn and use the lessons and the knowledge you've shared in their day-to-day life. You also need classroom management. A teacher who teaches in a physical setting manages a class by, first of all, designing the lesson plans, administering assessment, basically the things that we mentioned what an online tutor does. So you need excellent classroom management skills. Next, you need technical skills. You'll be interacting with a lot of computers. We'll be interacting with a lot of software, so you need to be able to use them effectively. You also need organization skills. You'll not be teaching one student. You'll not be teaching one student from one country. You'll be teaching several students from several countries. So you should be able to organize yourself. You should be able to organize and ensure you can handle all the students who you get the opportunity to teach. So organization is very important. Otherwise, you'll be overwhelmed. So here in organization, you need to be able to plan your time effectively, use booking and calendar apps to ensure you set time aside for tutoring and setting time for your personal work. So here is my seven-step process for becoming an online tutor. First, get qualified. 2, think about who you want to teach. 3, design a curriculum and a lesson plan. 4, get the right equipment. 5, update your CV. 6, search and apply for jobs. Then lastly, you can start teaching. Let's go over this quickly. I'll be going through, there's so much to share on this topic, but because this session is just but a 1-hour session, I have created a guide and I will be sharing this guide with you later on. So you want to stay till the end so that I can share that guide with you. That guide has detailed information like on getting qualified. How do you get qualified? Which certificates? And I've given you links to certificates where you can, courses where you can take and earn a certificate to show that you're truly proficient in this language and you can teach it at certain levels to certain students. So the first thing you need to do is to get qualified. Get a certificate to show that you are a competent teacher. This you'll need a teaching English as a foreign. You need to take a teaching English as a foreign language course, and in this course you learn the methods of teaching, learning styles for your students. Remember, students have different learning styles. Even personally, we have as individuals we have different learning styles. There are people who love video. There are people who love reading notes. There are people who love hearing and hearing again so that they can truly comprehend what you're teaching. So you learn learning styles and you can tailor them to your students. You'll also learn how to plan lessons. So if you're teaching English to a particular age set, probably you're teaching to high schoolers, you learn how to create a lesson plan that suits high schoolers. There's some things probably a high schooler doesn't need to know, but there are some things they need to know. So you learn how to create lesson plans for different student levels. You'll also learn how to simplify the language you're teaching for your students and the kind of materials you will need for teaching. So I have researched and shared with you the courses you can take. The teaching English as a foreign language course you can take. First of all, one of these courses is offered by our partners for Baobab, Arizona State University. They have a 120-hour course that once you complete it, you get a TEFL, Teaching English as a Foreign Language certificate. In the guide, I have given you a link where you can, the link to this course and its cost. It costs around $950, but because they are our partners, I believe you can reach out to Credo and he will talk to the people at Arizona and they can give you a discount for that. So Arizona State University have a course for teaching English as a foreign language. The next organization that offers this certificate is the International TEFL Academy. This course is 170 hours. The course will take 170 hours and it's online. The TEFL organization also offers two courses for teaching English as a foreign language. One is 120 hours. The course takes 120 hours, and the other course is a premium level course you cover in 200 hours. So I have shared links to all these platforms and their costs so that you can compare. If you're truly looking to build a career in this line, you can compare the costs and you can choose the organization where you will take your course. You also have, if you are looking to teach French, these are the organizations and platforms that offer the certifications. So the first certification is called DALF. I will not even try and read that in French. I hope you can just read it as DALF, DALF. It's awarded by the French Ministry of Education, and it's a higher level teaching course, a higher level teaching course. So you start with the DELF. This is the lower level French language course. Then after you've qualified for this, you can take the higher level course. So these are the French, for the French speakers, for the French tutors, these are the courses you want to take. And they are both internationally recognized. One thing you'll need to pay attention in choosing which course to take is, first of all, make sure the courses are accredited by the relevant organization. So I have done the research, and all the courses I've recommended for you are accredited by the relevant organizations. You also need to check the number of hours that are offered for the course. Ideally, it should not be less than 120 hours. If you take a course that is not on the minimum 120 hours, you will not be accepted into the platforms that I will be sharing with you later on. So after you've gotten qualified, after you've taken your certifications, or as you are doing it, as you're taking your certification, you need to think about who you want to teach. Who do you want to teach? Do you want to teach children or adults, or both? Remember, the learning styles are different, the learning materials are different, the curriculums are different. So where do you feel most comfortable? Are you comfortable with kids, or are you comfortable with adults? Choose that, decide, and build on from there. Also choose the level. Are you looking to teach beginners, intermediate learners, or advanced learners of a particular language? Decide on that and choose. You also need to decide on which particular lessons to offer. This is very important. This is very important. You need to specialize. Don't just aim to become a general language tutor. Specialize. I'm teaching conversational English. I am teaching business French. I'm teaching traveling. There's even traveling French. Someone probably wants to travel to a French-speaking country, and I want to be able to learn greetings. I want to learn how to say hi, hello. You can teach that. So decide on the lessons you want to teach and focus on that. That's how you set yourself apart. Then after that, you need to design a curriculum. Design a curriculum and a lesson plan. So once you have an idea of the students you're looking to teach, once you have an idea of the level you're looking to teach at, and the type of lessons you're looking to offer, you can design a curriculum. Make sure your curriculum is detailed. It needs to be detailed so that your learners can get value. They can get as much knowledge and information from your courses, so that they can keep coming back, and also they can give you positive reviews for you to attract even more clients. So design detailed curriculum. I can help you with curriculum development if you're looking to work in this line, and my contacts, I've shared them in the guide that I'll be sharing with you later on. So the curriculum will cover the topics you will teach, the lessons, lesson planning. I'm teaching this lesson to start with, introductory course. I'm advancing from there and till we finish a particular stage of a curriculum. So the daily lessons, how will you cover each daily lesson? You also need to develop tests. You need to gauge if your students are truly learning and acquiring the skills you expected them to acquire. So develop the assessment and also the marking scheme. And also you can come up with extracurricular activities just to keep things fun, keep things interactive, and keep things engaging. The next thing you need to do is to get the right tech and props. You need a laptop or a PC. There are platforms that allow you to connect through a smartphone, but for you to truly be present and to give the best, it's advisable to get a laptop or a PC. You need a webcam. Most PCs have this, so you don't have to invest in that. But if your laptop doesn't have a webcam, get one, so that you can connect live and one-on-one with the students. You also need strong internet connection, a headset, so that you can communicate effectively, and you can hear what your students are telling you, and you can respond effectively. You also need props. This include probably need a flashcard. You probably need to write something on a piece of a small chart, just to make your lessons interactive. You also need a backdrop. A backdrop is just probably you can have the map of the world just behind you to make your setting interesting. I'm just taking a moment just to look at the chart to see if there's anything urgent I need to there's nothing for me in the chart, so I'll continue. So the next thing you need to do is after getting the right prompts, you will have to update your CV and LinkedIn profile. It's really important that you have a CV ready, you have your LinkedIn profile optimized for the career that you're looking to build. So if you're looking to become an online tutor, you need a CV. So in this CV, there's some certain things that you need to include in it. So have you done any teaching in the past? Have you taught it doesn't have to be a language, but have you worked as a teacher? Do you have teaching experience, and at what level? These are the information you need to share in your CV. I'm being told there's some questions in the Q&A. So let me, a moment, please. Peter is asking if I can share the presentation with you. Peter, I'll share something better than the presentation. The presentation is a compressed version of what I have shared with you in the guide. So I'll be sharing you a guide. It's very detailed. It took me several days to build that guide. So there's so much information for you, Peter. Watch out for the guide. I'll be sharing it later. Paul is asking, or just teaching IT or computer science? I didn't get the first part. So Paul is asking, can anyone teach a language on the online platforms even if you ain't an English instructor? Yeah, you can teach so many things on this platform. They're teaching platforms, but our focus for this session is teaching a language. Why is it important why did I choose this line of languages? Because most of the people who are joining these webinars are either English speakers or French speakers. So you speak English effectively, you speak French effectively. You've gone to school, you've studied in English, you've taken your degree and your master's in English, or you've done it in French if you're from the French-speaking nation. So you have something within you that you can offer remotely and earn some income. So the purpose is to show you how you can truly use exactly what you have, which is the language that you've grown up talking, the language you've used for studying. You can teach someone how to speak that language. I even saw it on a platform, they even accept Yoruba. There's some people who are looking to learn Yoruba, because probably some big boys from Nigeria, they went to the UK, their kids got born there. They don't know Yoruba, but they want their kids to learn Yoruba, so they hire people to teach Yoruba. So language is something you can truly teach with minimal effort. So in your CV, you'll highlight your teaching experience. You'll also share if you have communication skills, because we've captured that you need it to thrive and succeed as an online tutor. So you share your communication skills, how you've developed them, how you've used and applied them. You also need to talk about your leadership skills in your previous jobs, and how proficient you are with certain technologies. You'll be using a lot of technology to deliver your lessons. And also trainings, any trainings you've had that are relevant to your career as an online tutor. So the next thing after, I've also, in the guide, I've also shared how we did a webinar. We did webinars on how to create a CV for remote work and how to optimize your profile for remote work. So I've shared links to these sessions on the guide that I'll be sharing with you. So after you've done all of that, you can now search and apply for online teaching jobs. There are many platforms that are allowing you to create a profile and apply for online teaching jobs, but you need to look for those that are credible. So check reviews before signing up for any platforms to ensure you're truly working on a platform that will pay you. There's some platforms that don't even pay you after you've worked, so you have to push them to get your money. So look for credible platforms. I think I have some with you. I will share in the next slides. So for English speakers, for English tutors, these are the platforms that you can apply for and apply and get jobs as an online tutor. One is Italki. Italki is a great platform. They accept English tutors from all over the world, and you create your account, you set your hourly rate, and students come and connect with you. Another one is Schooly. Schooly hires fluent English speakers with a bachelor's degree or a related field. So you need to really check the requirements for joining. Sometimes you may not qualify because there's some platforms that only hire US and UK speakers, but don't be afraid. There are other platforms that will accept as long as you've proved. That's why it's important to take certification, because that certification, there are tests, and once you pass that test, you can be certified as an proficient and a competent language tutor. So Schooly is one. The other is Preply. Preply is great. It accepts tutors from all over the world. I've shared links to these platforms in the guide that I will be sharing with you. We also have, for French speakers, we have Verbly. Verbling, you can create a profile on Verbling and get students who are looking to learn French. There's also ClassGap, and for French speakers, and Preply. Most of these platforms actually accept all kinds of tutors. So don't be afraid. If any of you are a French speaker, you can go to Italki, you can go to Schooly, and you'll see if they're accepting French tutor. So the next thing you need to do is to create a profile on these platforms. It's very important that your profile is appealing, because you are competing against so many other people who are looking for students to teach. So your profile photo should look professional. If not professional, should be friendly and approachable. You also need a compelling bio so as to give your students every reason to choose you as their tutor. You also need to list your experience and qualifications and share a video introduction. A video introduction is where you tell who you are, what you do, and just invite students to view your profile to learn more about you and hire you. Then you need to set your hourly rate. So I went and found a profile for an online language tutor on Preply. I told you Preply accepts students tutors from all over the world. So here's a profile for Lydia. Lydia is from Kenya, and this is her profile. So you can see there's a video introduction here where Lydia is saying what she does and how she can help students develop a particular language. So Lydia has specialized. You remember I told you about specializing. So Lydia is looking to find students who are looking to learn business English. She's specialized in business English and conversation speaking, even helping people with job interviews. So here is Lydia's profile, and you can see she charges $20 an hour, $20 for a 50-minute lesson. And so far, how many lessons has she offered? She's offered more than 4,000 lessons. So you can, if you're good at math, you can quickly imagine how much money she's made from this platform. So these opportunities exist. They're for you. They're for people like you, because Lydia is proof that she's truly building a career as an online language tutor. And if you look at the review that one of her clients left, Tryan probably is from Iran or something. So Tarian says he was so pleased to find Lydia, and Lydia helped her as a language tutor. So I want you to believe that these opportunities are there for you, and you can take them. Lydia is proof. After you've done all of that, now you can start teaching. So after creating a profile, creating a demo video, setting your hourly rate, now it's time to teach. Before you teach, make sure you have an area in your home for teaching, a perfect and great area for teaching. You also need to test your hardware and make sure it's working correctly. If you have props, get them ready, and also ensure that you've gone through your lesson and you can teach it effectively. So this is the 7-step process for becoming an online tutor. So let's just go over them briefly so that you can truly get what I have prepared for you. So first is to get qualified, get a certification as a language tutor. I have shared the platforms. Arizona State University has a course you can take. You also have the International TEFL Academy and the TEFL organization. Then we have, these are the certificate courses for French tutors. Then decide who you want to teach, children or adults. Are you looking to teach beginners or advanced students, and the lessons you want to teach? Then also design a curriculum for your students and make sure it's comprehensive and delivers excellent value for your students. Then get the right props, the right tech. You need a laptop. These are things that we have every other day. We have a laptop, you have internet connection. Make sure you're using that to offer your services online and make money. Then update your CV and LinkedIn profile, discuss the skills that you have, discuss your experience in great detail, and also your proficiency in certain technologies that you will need as an online tutor. Then search and apply for jobs on online teaching platforms. I've given you these platforms. I've also give you what they're looking at, and I've shared this in the guide I'll be sharing with you in a few moments. Then create a profile. In your profile, make sure the profile photo is good, professional, friendly, and welcoming. Create a compelling bio saying what you can offer your students. Also discuss your experience and qualifications. Give a powerful video introduction and set a reasonable hourly rate. I've given you an example of a profile for a language tutor, and I've also, in the guide, I've given a link so that you can go and see it for yourself and probably learn more about Lydia and how she is building a career as an online tutor. Then here is how, after that, you can start teaching. So that is my presentation for you today. I know we are slightly past time, but I believe you have learned something. So I'd welcome questions. Do you have any questions for me in the chat? Do you have any questions? Today we don't have a quiz. We don't have a quiz for you because the quiz is for determining the winner of the Remote Opportunities Challenge, and we have already done that. So Joseph is asking, please, what's the platform? I came late. The platform, Joseph, if you are looking to become an online English tutor, you can go to italki, you can go to Schooly, you can go to Preply. There are many, itutor.org, and I have shared that. So let me share the guide with you. So the guide is in both English and French. So you will go to the language that you are comfortable with. It's in English and French. And if I could just maybe share my screen just one more time so that you can have a look at the guide. It's very comprehensive and detailed. I hope you can see my screen. So here's what I covered here: an introduction to online tutoring, what makes it a rewarding career, who's an online tutor. So let's just go over the guide. So here's our wisdom key for this session and for this presentation. So I've gone into details into what online tutoring is, what makes it convenient, who is an online tutor, how to, there's some information here about designing lesson plans to ensure coherent learning experience, how to administer periodic assessments. I've given you, you can have a quiz, you can have a test, you can have probably even a Q&A, verbal Q&A. Then the communication skills, I've talked about them here in detail. But there's something, here is what I want you to, here is where the good stuff is. So the certification courses here, we have Arizona certification courses. I've given you a link. You just use this link. It will take you to Arizona's, the page where you can register for this course. Also, I've also given you the cost there. You can see the Arizona cost is affordable. I've also given you links to the course by the International TFL Academy. Use those links to get to those sites. I also forgot to talk about this. This is an English test. It's an English test and it's free. This is one thing I like about this test. It's free. So you don't necessarily need it to prove. It's not necessarily accepted as a proof for teaching a foreign language, but you can use it to prove your proficiency in English. Ability to, this test, it's 90 minutes. It tests your reading, writing, and listening and speaking skills. So you take this test, they give you a certificate, and you can add it to your LinkedIn profile. You can add it, give you a link, you can add it to your CV, just to show that you are competent English speaker. So the results are fully aligned with CEFER levels. This is a language standard for Europe, for the European Union. So with this certificate, you can tell your employers or any other person that you have a high level of understanding of the English language. So about, yeah, that you can see, you learn how to create your CV. I've given you links to a YouTube, to Baobab's YouTube page, where I taught about building a CV, building a LinkedIn profile is down here. Then here, the teaching platforms, talked about Italki. I've given you this link, will take you to the page where you can become a tutor, where you can make an application to become a tutor. So please download it. So to download this, you have not given new editing access. So you come here and you download either as a Microsoft Word, but preferably as a PDF document. So just go to File, Download, get your PDF. So let me go back to see this in creations. Thank you, Isaac. So I believe this is the moment you've all been waiting for. We have an amazing speaker, not a speaker, a guest, an amazing guest with us today. She will announce the winners. She'll start with position 3, and then from there, go to position 2 and position 1. So our guest is the new Baobab director, Madam Joanna. Madam Joanna, I'm so excited. We are so excited to have you join us today and share with us what you planning for us as Baobab members, and also announce the winners for the Remote Opportunities Challenge. So, Madam Joanna, welcome, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Melvin. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're perfect.
Okay. Well, wow, what a wonderful presentation. Thank you for sharing all of that very detailed information. And instead of just kind of talking about a concept, you've really put together the playbook. And so I think that people on the call will really find that valuable. So thank you so much. As Melvin mentioned, I am the new director of Baobab. So time has flown. It's already been 6 months, but it feels like maybe 2. So really excited to be working with the Baobab community. I've already had a chance to meet some of the scholars via the Scholars Council meeting that we had in Kigali, and then also often get a chance to run into the scholars here at ASU. But really excited to also sort of get to know other people who are perhaps outside of the scholars community and very active on the platform as well. So I will keep this pretty short since we are over time, but I'm happy to announce the winners of the remote work workshop. And so we'll start with third place. So we'll build a little bit of suspense. In third place, we have Stephen Akinola. Round of applause. Stephen is a postgraduate student of Federal University, and we're thrilled for you. Congratulations. In second place, we have Grace Oga. She is a MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program alumni at the University of Abomey. Congratulations, Grace. And then drum roll, virtual drum roll, silent drum roll maybe. In first place, we have Ishimwe Shalon, who's a fourth-year bachelor's degree student in clinical medicine and community health. So congratulations, Ishimwe. We're really excited for your participation, and also congratulations on the win. Back to Melvin.
Thank you so much, Joanna. Ishimwe, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Thank you so much for your active participation and for your dedication to the challenges that we have for you. Ishimwe, congratulations. Grace, I would also like to share my heartfelt congratulations to you. And thank you for also putting up a great fight, and doesn't mean you truly lost, but great effort on your side. Great effort, Grace. We also have Stephen. Stephen actually joined my SEO masterclass. I dropped him because he was not serious, but Stephen, the opportunity is still there. If you are truly committed, I am committed also to teaching you SEO. So congratulations to our winners. Ishimwe, we will contact you later on so that we can plan our sessions. And if you are in the call, probably I can give you a minute, a few seconds just to speak and share something with us. Ishimwe, are you with us?
Yes.
How are you feeling? How are you feeling today?
Yeah. Okay. I'm good, and I'm just excited for this opportunity that given to me. I just wanted this from the first beginning. For the first sessions, I just tried to attend like 2-1 because I was just somehow busy. But for this time, I managed to attend all the session. So I'm thank God and you for helping us, all of us. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ishimwe. We'll be in touch with you in the next few days, and we will discuss how to work on your career remotely. So thank you so much for all who've made time to be with us. Thank you so much, Madam Joanna, for announcing the winners and for joining us. I hope you've had a chance, the Baobab members, you've had a chance to meet your new Baobab director and all the amazing programs. You can be sure that Joanna has okayed them, and she has a great direction that you'll all be learning about through Baobab and other means. So congratulations to all the winners. Thank you for all who've made time to be here with us. I have not seen any other question. So I'll officially end this webinar, and I wish you the best of, if you are, it's an evening, I wish you a lovely evening. Good morning to the people in the US, good afternoon, and have a lovely rest of the day. Thank you so much, and may you have a lovely and a blessed weekend ahead.
Beyond the skies, you and I, we're breaking bounds on bounds.